This week's guest baker is Hannah from Sweet Life Cakes KW. And this week's recipe is for vegan, gluten-free brownies.
Welcome to Baking for Change, the show where we bring in guest bakers to teach us some tips and tricks that we can apply in our own baking. And we do hope that you're baking at home with us. I'm your host, Wendy Pauls, and joining me today we have a very talented baker, Hannah from Sweet Life. Is that right?
Sweet Life Cakes.
Sweet Life Cakes KW. Is that right? Yes. Very excited to have you here. Tell us a little bit about you and your baking.
So hello everybody, thank you for having me today, Wendy.
Pleasure.
So I'm the owner of Sweet Life Cakes Kitchener, Waterloo, and I'm also a pastry chef at Westmore Golf and Country Club. It's like a full-time job, so I do cakes on the side.
Yes, and you need to check out her Instagram page to see how talented. Today you're just going to get a little peek at the talent, but trust me, we're talking like artist. Like you want to check this out and take a look. So tell us what we're going to be making today.
So today we're going to make gluten-free and vegan brownie.
Okay.
It's going to come out with peanut butter icing and raspberry filled with Nutella and raspberry sauce.
Oh, it's going to be hard for me to wait. If you've watched previous episodes, you know that I can hardly make it through the show until we actually get to taste what we made. So I'm excited. Oh, better. Look at that.
Perfect. I love it. Good job.
So proud of myself. Oh, and look at these beautiful things she did in the meantime. I've done like 2 raspberries.
It's okay, take your time. Wonderful, thank you. I'm gonna use it right away, Wendy.
Great.
So now we're just gonna put the raspberry on here, however you like.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable. So pretty, but see, I'd be like, don't touch it, it's too pretty.
I put 3 in here.
Oh, that looks great.
And then when it comes to Sweet Life Cakes, I always add gold on my stuff. It's like my signature.
Okay.
These are the edible gold.
I wonder if everybody knows there actually is such a thing as edible gold. Wow. And where can people buy it if they wanted to use it?
So most bakery stores should have them, or a baking supplier. I get this at my baking supplier that's called Flour Confection. They have mostly everything. So these come in like the whole sheet, like this square, the tiny square.
Okay.
Or like they come into small pieces like this.
So you put it in the small pieces?
No,
Or
I
it is
bought
in-
these already small pieces.
Oh, okay.
I still have the whole piece. That would be different.
Oh, it's so
Just a
pretty.
little bit more. So here we go.
I love it. Okay, we've now reached my favorite part of the show where we're going to get to taste it. But before we dig in, I do want to officially thank you for coming and sharing with us today. I learned about the thermometers. I learned the little splashy technique, about the sauce, so many things. And I know our viewers at home, I'm sure, have learned a lot as well. So thanks so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me today.
Please check out her Instagram account, and yeah, amazing cakes. You're gonna be like so impressed. So can we like dig in?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's dig in. I'll let you serve. Can we use this, or do we need a knife? Or
Here you go.
oh, I'm just gonna.
You're gonna have some
Aren't
extra
you gonna
raspberry sauce.
join me? Okay, here we go. I'll get some of that.
Make sure you get a raspberry filled with Nutella too.
Okay. Oh, big mouthful.
Oh yeah.
Cheers. Oh my goodness. Delicious.
That's good.
Mhm.
Glad you enjoyed.
This week's guest baker is Rochelle Williams from The Dessert Artist. And this week's recipe, cookie sandwiches.
Welcome to another episode of Baking for Change. If at home you are planning to bake along with us, the ingredients are listed on the website. Go gather them really quickly. And if you're not, then just sit back and enjoy watching us do the work. Well, mostly our guest here today. As always, I'm very excited about our guest baker with us today, Rochelle Williams, the dessert artiste. Do you like how I said that?
I do like that. It sounds very French, very
I know,
professional.
I'm kind of elevating,
right?
Because I really have high expectations.
As you should. I've been doing this for a bit. Even though I look young, I have a lot of experience.
Well, I'm excited to see. So first of all, tell us what we're making today. And then I do want to hear a little bit about you and your business. Okay.
Well, today we're going to be making cookie sandwiches. So I do a sugar cookie base for the cookie part. And we're going to make a Swiss meringue buttercream because that's my favorite because it's not too sweet, not too buttery. And we're also going to do a caramel filling in the middle because I am a sucker for caramel.
Ooh, me too, same.
Right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good caramel? And then my company, The Dessert Artist, I founded that, I want to say about a year ago now.
Okay.
Wow, it's already been a year. That's weird.
Wow, yes. Time flies when you're having fun, they say.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I'm a baked goods and confectionery producer based in Kitchener. I create a wide variety of things like chocolates, cakes, cookies, sweet tables. Basically, if it's made out of sugar, I can make it. And if I don't really know how, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. And I also focus a lot on Black imagery because I obviously am a Black person. I am from Jamaica. And so I like to incorporate that a lot into my everyday baking menu and whatever I create. So now that I have all of my things going, now we're gonna take our filling. So way before now, I made some caramel because the caramel, when you make it right away, is gonna be really hot and really liquidy. So you have to let it chill, generally speaking, at least a couple of hours. That way it can get thick again and it's not gonna ooze all over the place. So I made this in advance, but we'll leave the recipe for it. That way you guys can make it at home. And so you're just gonna take this and I'm literally just gonna fill it in the middle.
Oh my.
The most important thing to keep in mind is that you don't want it to go past the buttercream, especially if you did the whole hole cut in the middle that I did, because then it's gonna kind of go over the cookie.
Sure.
Which is fine if you're not packaging it, if you're just eating it for fun or just leaving it on a tray. But since I put it into baggies at the bakery, I kind of want it to be level with my cookie. And then now you take your tops and you just lightly put them on top. I don't really add any pressure because again, I don't want to like have the buttercream oozing off the side. So just by putting it on top gently, that's enough just to have it stick. Now at this point, this is the two-tone one.
Oh, beautiful.
You could call this done. But I like to be a little bit extra fancy.
It's hard to tell.
Right? My appearance doesn't say otherwise, right? So here I have a bowl of sprinkles. So there's a couple ways you could do it. So sometimes at the bakery, depending on the flavors too, because sometimes I'll do like a pumpkin caramel, for example. So the middle, I want to make it look different than the regular caramel because they look the same. So I might just throw some sprinkles in the middle and call it a day. Or what I would say is my favorite way to do it is I'm going to take some sprinkles, and I have the big bowl here to contain the sprinkles because I don't want to have sprinkles all over the floor.
Yes, everywhere.
And I'm just going to push it into the side.
Okay, that's so exciting.
And because it's hot pink, like it just looks extra fun.
Oh yes.
So
A bling cookie.
So that is everything.
So does that mean it's time to taste?
I think you should taste and let me know how I did.
I think we should taste.
I guess we could taste it.
I am very excited, but I don't think I'm going to be neat.
No, I would say a cookie sandwich is not for those who want to stay clean. I always find it to be a little messy. Though if you do want it to be a bit more contained, put these in the fridge, let the buttercream firm up, let the caramel firm up some more. It'll be less oozy. But we're going for oozy today.
So cheers.
Cheers. Oh, wow.
Not too sweet.
No. And that's a great thing with a Swiss meringue.
You would think, like you look and go, oh my gosh, that's going to be so sweet. It's totally not.
Because even though I look like the sugar queen, I don't like sweet. I like working with sugar, but I don't want to taste like sugar. It's a nice, just well-rounded, balanced dessert.
So not at all. That's totally surprising. But delicious.
So yeah, definitely if you're making this at home, tag me on Instagram or other social medias. You can find me at The Dessert Artist Inc. I would love to see how you guys do. And if you have any questions, also find me on social media or by my website, thedessertartist.ca.
This week's guest bakers are Sandy and Brittany from Cake Empire in Stony Creek. And this week's recipe is for crumble cookies.
Welcome to another delicious episode of Baking for Change. Today we have two guest bakers here with us today. We have Sandy and Brittany from Cake Empire in Stony Creek. First of all, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Very excited. I'm always excited. People hear me say I'm excited all the time because I love eating and I love to eat baking. So
Don't we all?
So we're a good combination. I like making best friends with everybody that comes on because, you make things that I love. So start out by telling us a little bit about Cake Empire.
Okay, so I started it as a hobby, actually. I was doing it part-time out of my home, like for many years. And then about 8 years ago, I decided to open up a shop and just take it to the next level. And we opened up on Highway 8 years ago in Stony Creek. And then 3 years ago, we moved to King Street where we are located now. And it's been an adventure ever since. So we're still riding it out.
Do you still love it, even though it's not a hobby now? Because sometimes
I do.
Okay,
I
that's
do.
good. That's good.
I
I'm
do.
glad to hear that. Yeah.
What's
your role?
my role? My role is just like I'm a baker. I help out her sister in baking and all that. And mainly I'm a decorator. I like to decorate like the cookies, cupcakes, do like the little fondant figures and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You just torch your cookie until the sugar starts to melt and caramelize.
Oh my goodness.
So with these, you got to kind of be careful with the icing. The icing will melt if you get it hot. So you just got to try and aim on the sugar in a way.
And don't light your cookie on fire.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
wait
that's
till
gonna
you
be
get
delicious.
that caramelized, burnt looking
Yeah.
color on top and it starts to bubble, and then that's when you know your sugar is basically melted. But
That's
again, you don't want to
amazing.
melt your icing.
I love how it makes little patterns when you're
Right?
doing it.
It's really nice.
Can't wait to see the others. Oh goodness.
Don't
Try
get
not to do
powerful.
that. It's very
Try not to get the
No, I
parchment
know.
paper.
You know, I did ask earlier if things ever happen in the kitchen, so this is
There we
proof.
go.
They do. Yeah.
Make sure your smoke detectors are working.
That's right. It's making a different pattern. I love it. See, I think you should add this to your Christmas wish list. You know, we're coming up to that time of year where you start making your list, where you start shopping. So if you want to make these at home, you need to ask for one of these butane blowtorches.
Good job, Brittany.
Yes. Performing under pressure. We're all watching. So cool. If you're watching with your children, maybe you don't want them to see this part because they're going to be like, let me try. Might not be a great thing for
No,
kids.
it's not
No.
a child-friendly
No.
usage for
No.
sure.
Maybe we just
Yeah.
stick to sprinkles for the children.
Yeah.
You know, icing and sprinkles, and let
Definitely.
them help with that.
Definitely.
Not the torch.
Exactly. Leave the torch to the professionals.
That's right.
Alright.
Yeah. So once that has a chance to cool down, this one should be cool by now. It should have a nice crispy. Yeah. I don't know. If You
okay.
probably can't hear that at home, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
got a nice.
Like a little snap or crack.
Yeah,
yeah.
almost like a glass. Okay, so Wendy, are you gonna be the first sampler?
I'm happy to. I guess I feel bad if you can't join me, but you gotta let the other ones cool a little bit.
You gotta let them cool, but that's
Okay.
okay. We know what they
Okay.
taste like, so we're gonna let you go at it.
And this one looks, like a question mark, so I wonder what it's gonna taste like. I'll tell you in a second. No pressure, and this is big. Good
Yeah,
thing I
this
have
is
a
big.
big mouth.
You can make them any size you want, but we like to go big. Go big or go home. Now, is the flavor big?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Goodie Goodie is a nonprofit bakery offering training and jobs for refugee youth.
Hi, it's Stephen at Goodie Goodie, and that was Wendy Pauls, the host of the Baking for Change show. We're getting ready to launch our first ever pop-up bakery, and we could really use your help. We want to earn our way, not just accept donations. So 100% of the profit from our bakery sales and 100% of your donation goes towards paying our young refugee staff. Everyone at Goodie Goodie is a volunteer, and we don't pay for things like rent or advertising, so our administration costs are almost zero, which makes us a pretty good choice when deciding who you want to support. There's a donation link right on our website, as well as in the description section of this video. And the more you donate, the more refugee kids we can bring into our program. For more information, visit goodiegoodie.ca. This week's bakers are Yolanta and Mariola from Nougat Bakery in Kitchener-Waterloo. And this week's recipe is for salted chocolate brownie cookies.
Welcome to another episode of Baking for Change. I'm your host, Wendy Pauls, and I have two guest bakers with me today. I have Yolanta and Mariola from Nougat Bakery in Kitchener and Waterloo?
Yes.
Okay, two locations. So, start by giving us a little bit of information about the bakery, what you make there, all those sorts of things.
So, hello everybody. My name is Yolanta. Mariola is our pastry chef. I'm the co-owner of the Nougat Bakery. One is the location in Kitchener, which is on Cortland and Stirling, corner of Cortland and Stirling. And the other one is in Waterloo, which is in the Waterloo Town Square, in the shops.
Okay.
We are European style bakery. This company has been in business for about 25 years now, a little bit more, 28, sorry, since 1995. And we took over, myself and my husband, who is co-owner of the Nougat, we took over in 2012. And we continued the same product as it was before. We added a little bit different things to it, but it's still the same Nougat Bakery as it was 28 years ago.
And guess what part of the show we finally reached? The tasting part. I'm so excited. I think actually these would make really great ice cream sandwiches.
Yes.
Right? They're a nice size, nice
Yeah.
round. Oh gosh, that's delicious.
Yes.
So,
Go ahead.
is anybody going to join me?
You can try first, yeah.
I'll try first. Okay.
If you like the chocolate and salt, yeah.
Oh, love it. Okay. Oh my goodness. It's way chewier than it looks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It feels like because they have those cracks, that's going to be hard inside. But this
I
is
thought
why
it would be. It's not.
This
But
is
even
why.
for the next days, if they will be like feel a little bit harder, you can put to the microwave for a few seconds, like 5 seconds, and they will start melting.
Okay.
The chocolate will be soft.
Delicious. And I think the real chocolate makes a big difference.
This week's guest baker is Chef Nicole from Meals Without Madness. And this week's recipe is for raspberry white chocolate scones.
We're back with another episode of Baking for Change. I'm your host, Wendy Pauls, and this is a special episode for me today because this is the first time that the guest baker is a friend of mine. This is super cool. This is Chef Nicole with Meals Without Madness, which is a great name, by the way, because we've all experienced madness in the kitchen before. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. And please take a couple minutes and tell us about you, about your business. What would you like us to know?
So I have owned and operated Meals Without Madness in Waterloo region since 2013. So exciting milestone happened for me in May, which was my business turned 10.
Oh, congratulations.
So thank you
That's
so
awesome.
much.
Yeah.
And over that time, it has really changed. expanded. Things have become like there's lots of advantages to having a personal chef business because I really don't have to be in a box. I'm a mobile business on a lot of fronts, so that's a lot of fun. So when Meals Without Madness first started, I was a personal chef going into clients' homes. I work with a lot of dietary restrictions, medical conditions, things like that was kind of my starting point. Mostly born out of needs for my own family who struggled with health conditions, allergies, things like that. And you can't just go to some of the convenience items. And so my heart and passion was to really help families to, one, have less stress around meal times. I was privileged enough to be a stay-at-home mom for 5 years with my kids. And during that time, I was supporting and helping my family and my parents with getting dinner on the table in time. Literally, my mom would drop a roast off at my house in the morning and come home at night and pick it up to have for dinner. And
that sounds like a dream.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of how the dream got started for me. And then I went and got my culinary training, and then things just kind of expanded from there.
Amazing. So I know you're transitioning your business right now.
Yes.
With a bit of a different focus.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about where you're headed.
So as I said, my business has expanded and has been doing different things. And one of the things I've just really found I'm super passionate about is teaching. So I'm excited to be here teaching a recipe today. You know, I made a transition into doing more virtual classes, things online during COVID, as many of us did. And, but I love that I get to work with a lot of quality organizations and just such a huge variety. Like I've done life skills with like the Waterloo Wellington Down Syndrome Society. I've even done some work with CNIB and the Independent Living Center a number of years ago, teaching life skills. And so I'm super passionate about that. I do classes from kids to adults and like family oriented classes, which is something I hear a lot is just not super represented in the region, is doing stuff as a family. And with, as a mom of 4, it's, you know, it's near and dear to my heart to spend time in the kitchen with our families. So I get to do that. And if I can take a minute to share one other thing that I'm really excited to be doing is since 2016, I've been teaching an entrepreneurship personal chef curriculum. I am working right now on adjusting the program to make it a modular approach, bring it online, give it access to way more people. One of the conversations I'm often having with new businesses is people don't know what they don't know sometimes when they get started. Questions come up, and so I'm really hoping to connect with local businesses, entrepreneurs, people who are looking to start a business, have questions, aren't quite sure where to go, mentor and walk alongside them, because as a personal chef, it was kind of a pioneer thing to this area when I started 10 years ago. And so offering some of that support that wasn't available for me when I started my business is something I'm super passionate about. And some of those other niche businesses that don't fall maybe in some of those bigger categories.
Yes, so valuable. That's exciting. It is now the best part of the show. If you've been baking along with us at home, you can join us in the tasting part. So will you join me?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to grab the one in front of me here. And I'm going to just take, actually, cheers. Okay, cheers. Okay. I'm talking with my mouth full. Don't do this, children. Bad manners. First bite, way more delicious than I even anticipated.
Oh, great. Wow.
Texture, amazing. Raspberries, chocolate. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you've got to try this recipe.
This week's guest bakers are Jessica and Emily from the Cake Box in Kitchener. And this week's recipe is cupcakes.
Welcome to Baking for Change. This is a show where we bring in people who love to bake and share their recipes with us. My name is Karina Cranston, and I'm filling in for Wendy Pauls, in case you're wondering who is this new face on the show. I'm really excited today because I am getting to work with Jessica and Emily from the Cake Box in Kitchener. So they are coming to share with us how to make beautiful cupcakes. So, Jessica, you're the owner of the Cake Box. I would love for you to introduce everybody to yourself and just kind of share a little bit of your story with us.
Of course. Well, first off, thank you so much for having us. We are so excited to be able to show off cupcakes, in which we make in abundance every single day at our storefront on Victoria Street in Kitchener. The Cake Box has been around for almost 20 years. I am the new owner of the Cake Box. The previous owner, Yvonne, retired 2 years ago, so I was very honored to be able to continue her legacy and bring some new exciting things into the shop. This is Emily here, who is not only our customer service person and our front retail person, but she is also my sister. So I was able to steal her to come to work with us, and we love it there. So we're so excited to be able to share this recipe with everybody and get them excited for some cupcakes.
If you would like to bake along with us, you can find the recipe on our website, bakingforchange.ca. So Emily, while Jessica is showing us her masterpieces, I would love to know a little bit about you. So how long have you been working at the Cake Box? What do you do there, and what brought you to that sort of field of line other than your sister?
Yes. Well, my background is in predominantly customer service, so I've only actually been working at the Cake Box for a few months now. I was really looking for a new opportunity, and I really enjoy baking at home. Not as good as my sister, but it's okay. Decorating is something I've really gotten interested in as well. Watching Jessica do these things, it's really hard to not want to be like, I want to do that too. Like, so it's really fun to learn from her, and just to be there for my sister and to be helping with her business is something that is really special to me as well. So yeah, that kind of got me interested in baking and in decorating, is really just watching my sister all these years. Yeah.
So we have these beautiful cupcakes, which I would really like to try, but I feel kind of bad because they're so beautiful. But that's part of the show.
Yes.
And we can't leave here without trying the cupcakes.
Of course.
I've been a little worried about this because I'm not sure how to eat this without getting it all over my nose. So I've heard that there's a trick.
There is a trick. A lot of people may know this. We call it the Queen's way of eating a cupcake at the shop. But basically what we're going to do is take the cupcake, you unwrap it like this. And then in the middle here, you're going to give it a rip.
What?
Then put this on top and it creates a little sandwich. And what happens is that way you can eat it, like it also kind of looks like a tea cake. So that's why we call it the Queen's way. And also going to keep your face really clean, and then you can just bite into it.
That's amazing.
So does everybody want to try that then?
Yes.
Let's give everybody a cupcake. That way I don't have to eat all by myself.
And I would love to try this because it looks so good. So you rip the bottom.
And then just sandwich that on top.
The wimpy blood. This still looks kind of thick.
And then give it a little bit of a pat. Perfect.
It's kind of a shame because it looks so pretty.
And then you can bite into it.
You ready? That icing, there's a few crunchies in it. The icing is so soft. I don't think I've ever had icing quite that soft. This tastes really good.
Thank you.
Delicious.
Some beautifully decorated cupcakes don't taste good. These taste. I'm gonna have another bite.
Me too.
A lot of people, when they come into the shop, they ask us like, do you get, tired of cakes? And we say, never. No. Especially the first thing in the morning when we come in, there's nothing more than we want than a cupcake. Maybe by the end of the day, we're like, if I never have to see a cupcake again, I will be happy. But once we get a good night's sleep and come in the next day, we're always ready for more.
Thanks for watching, and see you next time on Baking for Change.